This is Average Sports.
By your average guys.
Eric.
And Ty. That would be so bad.
Yeah. This is Average Sports.
Your average sports.
Average Sports.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of
You're listening to Average Sports with your average guys.
Average Sports, average guys, Eric and Ty.
Ooh, after about a month hiatus, I feel like we got to apologize here to you guys, but we've been busy. We've been out and about, enjoying the summertime. Everyone's got their freedom. They got to get out.
Man.
Yeah, so.
A little vacation for me, a little vacation for you.
Right. Sorry, not sorry, I guess, but we're here. We're back, and we're so glad that you're tuning in.
Oh, I'm very excited. So, before we even get into anything, I got a question for you to just kick off this episode.
Like,
we're going to set the tone
what
early.
Is the show that people are listening to
It's
right
going
now?
to be super... Well, they heard the intro. They know what it is.
Okay, fair enough.
It's Average Sports with the average guys.
That's right.
Eric and Ty.
So
That's
bad. You've heard it.
What is your favorite part about vacation, and what is your least favorite part about vacation?
Oh my God, unpacking with all your dirty clothes. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
The best part about vacation is everything that you're doing in vacation. Just that you're on vacation.
For me, it turns. Like, vacation is really enjoyable until about like a day and a half before you leave. If it's like a week-long trip or something, you get like to the end of that week, right before you're about to leave, you're like, man, I got to pack up these dirty clothes, travel with them across the country, got to check in for a flight. It's the worst.
Checking in for the leaving flight is that bad moment where you're coming to reality that this is going to end soon. Because within 24 hours, this vacation will be over. But,
for me, it would be all the work emails and coming back to work, having to get caught up. It's like, you need a whole extra week just to get back into work.
Answer emails. We don't care, Eric. Let's talk sports. We're not talking about Eric's long-ass weekend. We had a lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff.
Oh, my God, so
that we didn't
much.
get to talk about. The NBA playoffs were going on. They're awesome.
NHL playoffs?
They're also awesome.
Oh, my God, kick-ass.
Yeah. So who's in it, though, right now? Starting with hockey, we have the Golden Knights
we're
going
down to
against
the Final
our first
Four.
Canadian team, right?
Montreal.
Then
we have New York Islanders and Tampa Bay Lightning. So Tampa and New York are going to play each other, and then the Canadians, who are traditionally an East Coast team, but with the funky setup this year with the Canadian teams and the Western and blah, blah, blah. The Canadian teams are actually going to play the Golden Knights.
Yeah.
And, man, that was such an exciting series. That Knights Avalanche series. Everyone here, even the national analysts who should honestly know better, this is such a big upset. It's like, is it really, though?
No.
Vegas was one of the best teams all season long.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they weren't the President's Cup winner like Colorado, but that Vegas team, that was going to be...
They're no slouch.
No, man. That's one hell of a team, and I was not surprised at all by that outcome. And another series that was really great for that was Tampa Bay and Florida. That Florida team is really, really good, and I expect them to be a force coming down in the next couple of years. And then, like you said, in NBA playoffs, man, I'm loving the Clippers and Utah Jazz. Watching them play, that's been a fantastic series so far. Bucks seem like they've really got it together now.
Yes, they tied up the series as of yesterday against the Nets.
The Nets, that's a tough team, man. That's going to be a tough out.
Right, we've been talking about that. Now, congrats going out to the Suns, taking down the Nuggets. I was a fan of the Nuggets. I wanted to see them do something. But Phoenix, just seeing them get this far in the playoffs is pretty neat.
That's a good team, man.
They swept them 4-0. So who are they going to go on to play, though, next?
It'll be the winner of the Utah Jazz and LA Clippers.
That makes sense. So I don't want to speak too soon. Utah does lead the series 2-1.
I really want it to be Utah.
Yeah, I think
really
it will
want it to be Utah.
Yeah. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, Utah and Phoenix, man, just teams that haven't really gone deep into the playoffs to make it to a Western Conference final. I'm all about that.
Yeah. And then how about the 76ers and Hawks series tied 2-2?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pulling for the Hawks.
You got to have a lot of young guys for those two teams. Where have they been?
Well, the Sixers have been around for a little bit, man. That's the process.
Climbing up. Yeah, sure. Trust the process.
But Atlanta, Trae Young. It was on this show that I mentioned Trae Young when they were the worst in the East. I said, you have to watch Trae Young. The dude is electric. and they added a couple players in the offseason, and they're a phenomenal team. But Trae Young is the centerpiece of that team to watch. It's great.
Yeah. Let's move out of the playoffs. But how about the French Open? It came back for the first time since pandemic. It was a success. It was entertaining. However, a non-repeat or a non-surprise winner, the men's, came out. Djokovic took down. I don't remember his first name, but it was Tsitsipas. This is what the unique fact is, though. Djokovic is the now only player to ever lose the first 2 sets in the French Open finals and then come back to win. So he's done that twice.
Wow.
And he did this, just last weekend. That's
pretty, an incredible feat, man. I mean,
it's a weird
tennis
way to...
in general. Like, you think about that in men's tennis, like down 2-0 to come back.
Right.
And take
You
it to
usually
5.
maybe you can eke out a set and make it interesting, but you're likely to lose, right? But that's not the case. The longer the game goes on, the better he is. He just doesn't suffer to attrition, I guess, on the clay court. Pretty crazy. So
I mean, he's been there and done that too, man. I mean, he's
another neat thing to the women's singles, we had 2 basically unranked women in the finals. I mean, the 31 seed went to a 31 ranked went against an unranked Krejcikova. I think that's it. I know, and I'm sorry for butchering it. There's definitely a lot of characters going on there. Krejcikova won. That was the unranked player, and get this, she also swept the French Open because she played in women's doubles too. So won that and women's singles. So think about doing that. That's a lot of tennis matches.
Yeah.
It's a long weekend.
Good for her. Congratulations.
So pretty cool stuff there.
Yeah, I did not watch much French Open tennis.
That's right, but you've been watching the pitch.
I have.
Yeah,
Euro 2021
all right.
Has been fantastic so far. And it's been really exciting. I watched a couple yesterday. I watched a couple the day before. And it's still continuing to go on. They're in the group stage right now. The group stage will continue, I think, until the 22nd or 23rd of June. And then we move into the group of 16. That'll go for a couple of days. It starts a couple of days later to obviously give the players a little bit of rest. But there was huge news that came out of this. I mean, this was like worldwide sports breaking because it really had nothing to do with sports. Denmark star Christian Eriksen collapsed on the field, essentially had cardiac arrest on the field. And the reports that were coming out of it was that he was all but gone, like had passed away, and they resuscitated him and brought him back, and he's doing well. He's in stable condition in the hospital, but of course, thoughts go out to him and his family and his speedy recovery, and hopefully he can get back out there sometime soon. Probably not going to be playing in Euro 2021 at all. I'm sure doctors are not going to allow that, but hopefully he can
we're going to run some tests. We're glad you're with us, but you're not playing soccer. Yeah.
Hopefully he can get back out there and play some more soccer. But Euro 2021, if you haven't been watching, turn it on. It's definitely on during the day. So while a lot of people are still working from home, having it as background noise is going to be fantastic. And then, of course, at night, the U.S. Olympic trials are going on right now. We just finished the diving section, and we're moving on to still swimming is going on right now. I was watching that before I even came over here. Then we got track and field and gymnastics. Those are the ones that are going to be televised. Obviously, things like crew, I'm sure, is also still going through their own Olympic trials. Just not going to be on TV.
Yes. You bet. Well, I'm sure you can find it online too, stream it, whatever.
Yeah, if you have like the Olympic sports channel,
there's just a lot of swimming in the Olympics. There's a lot of swimming.
Yeah, there is.
That's why I like the Winter Olympics better. I think it's a little more diverse.
Well, they just got a lot of skating.
It's true. There's a little more skating.
They just move it to skating.
Just freeze the water, freeze the pool. We'll just run on it.
We'll do it this way.
Fair enough. I think a little more soccer talk to come, at least on stateside. Let's, though, jump into our topic. How about it? So we're just
this is an interesting topic.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to talking about this. So the French Open, as we just spoke, concluded a couple days ago. But at the beginning, you may have even caught a headline about one of the star women tennis top players in the game, Naomi Osaka, she withdrew from the tournament because she was fined for skipping media obligations. Now, it may have started off kind of small. She just wasn't interested, or what the issue was. She wasn't in the right headspace. And I think it just kind of ballooned to this issue that, no, you got to play. And that just put her in a position that felt like a no-win. So she thought it best to just sit this Grand Slam out and maybe try again next year, or just, serve up till later. And I think a player at her level, this won't be so detrimental to her career. She can absorb this. So I think it's an interesting then story to see unfolding, and that's why I wanted to make it our topic today. Because what are media obligations? Like, what do athletes really... How much do they really need to be in front of the media, and at what degree do we have that expectation that they must answer all these questions, all in any? And it's something that I think has probably increased over decades with different platforms and accessibility to get news stories. At the same time, though, it seems like the history is that you perform your craft and you need to go speak to someone about it because you are on the world stage.
Yeah. It brings up a lot of different avenues, I think, that we could take this. She's quite young. I don't know her exact age, but I know she's quite young. I'm going to have
find that out.
Ty look this up.
Yeah, marketing department's taking the day off. So
yeah, they didn't get us all of our notes as far as like age of players and people that we're going to look up.
She's
here.
23.
23. I mean, that's still decently young. In tennis, it may be kind of getting up there. Throughout the Williams and, Djokovic and all those guys. But, I mean, for the most part, I think 23 is probably like in the prime of your career. In tennis, we always see a lot of these like teen stars in tennis. But I think it just begs the question of what is the mental fatigue that this takes on players. Like,
Sure.
Of course, like people want to see it. And that's how they make their money, is the fact that like they're going
people
to these
actually
media
buy
events.
into it and want
People
to watch it.
See them,
yes, right.
and get to know these players better. That's how they make their money.
Yeah.
Or that's how they get these endorsement deals, because they're super personable.
And that's a great way to set the table for this
Yeah.
conversation, is the two side of it. If you don't feel like talking, should you have to be forced to talking? But at the same time, in order to feed or fuel the beast that supports your lifestyle, if no one came to watch you play, you're just doing it as a hobby. You're like us, who are just going to play catch in the yard kind of thing.
I think you're right. It is definitely part of being a professional athlete, is the media concept of it. But, especially as we are evolving as a society and really looking into the mental health aspect of this, I think we need to just make sure that, especially the young athletes, not only get the proper media training, but get the proper mental health. Because let's be real, man, dude, the media is brutal. And they will.
We have some good quotes coming up as
people
well.
At a moment's notice.
Yeah.
And just throw them off to the side, like,
because what is
business.
Their beast is getting readership.
Yeah.
They need to get the hook in there. So it is kind of a vicious cycle. We need more catching headlines. We need to sell this. And we need you to talk, because that's how you support your lifestyle. Yeah. And that's just going to keep going round and round.
Exactly.
So it is going to derail eventually.
Completely. And whether it's... We don't typically see it with media. Professionals get like really upset at athletes, or at least what we could find. We couldn't dig up a ton of stuff. But there's plenty out there of athletes and coaches losing
just having it. Yeah. They're fed up
minds on these reporters.
Yeah.
Because of their either irresponsible journalism, or they had a bad game, or they coached a bad game, and then they get asked a question that they know is coming, but it's just going to boil them over. So it's a necessary evil.
I heard an interesting interview, from someone who, I think it was the Nigerian capital team, and I could be so wrong about that, and so I apologize if I'm just totally getting that wrong, but a trainer for a national team out of Africa, and she said, you should support players who get injured. You give them time off. They don't have to go out and play. Mental health is the same kind of thing. If they are injured in a way, kind of air quotes around that they're not feeling up to answering these questions. And you do see evidence of that, the outburst that I think we're going to kind of poke fun at and enjoy it because it is very humorous. But maybe they're not in the right headspace.
Yeah. And
should they not get a pass? There's a slippery slope there.
It's a slippery slope, but as a society, I think I can answer this question pretty easily. Society doesn't give a shit about mental health because it's not an actual physical ailment.